Hey everyone. So I'm going to be jumping on here a little bit more when I feel inspired to share the ramblings that go through my brain. Quite a lot of you have been encouraging me to share some of my experience and things I've learned along my surfing journey. So here we go. So today I want to talk a little bit about paddling out into a pack of people that you feel like you shouldn't be there or you feel intimidated. I think a lot of you will be able to relate to this, not just women, men as well. And there's something that was like a lightning bolt realization for me quite a while ago, a good few years ago now. So here's the example. This was last week, maybe just a few days ago. And I paddled out at my local break and it was all the local rippers, and they know who they are. They rip. They're incredible surfers. Some of the best surfers in Ireland, actually. So a pack of around 12 of them. And I am actually very comfortable paddling out with them because I'm comfortable in myself. That's not always the case. It could be a day when I'm feeling really unsure of myself and I don't want to be in that environment. But this particular day, even though I was feeling a bit tired, I was like, it's fine, because I've learned the power of not projecting my shit onto other people. Not that I don't do that, because I do, we all do it. But just to break it down into something simple, because I was chatting with a friend today and it really triggered this thought in my mind of how a lot of times we feel like we have to go into these environments and compete. And I am going to blow the lid off that and say there's a different way. And that's the way that I approach my surfing. And it's been a complete revelation and game changer. And that's something I've learned slowly over the last 20 odd years. So you can go out into that pack of people and they're all very competitive. They compete with each other. They like the hustle. This particular lineup was all men. So I was the only female in the lineup. Not that that is particularly relevant in this case. It's just that pack like to compete. They're competitive surfers. Some of them are aiming towards being competitive surfers. So that is what they enjoy. And that is beautiful. That's brilliant. That's not what I'm about. I'm not about competitive surfing. For me, surfing is very much a journey with myself. I don't need to compete and I don't want to compete. And again, that's not a judgment on competition. That's just me personally, what resonates more with my soul. So a lot of people, when they paddle out in those environments, feel like they have to hustle. So they don't, number one, they won't paddle out. Number two, they'll sit on the shoulder. Number three, they'll just feel completely intimidated. And I get that. But here's the thing, you don't have to compete. And if you're competing, you're making all of those crew responsible for your life, your decision of what you experience in that lineup. So when I paddled out in that environment, I knew I was going to have time for myself and I wanted to get waves. So obviously I have to set a boundary, because in that competitive environment, it's hustly and you do have to assert your place. But that's all you have to do. So that's just setting a boundary. Like, I am completely deserving of being here, and that's coming from me. If I don't feel that in myself, then you're fodder. You're going to get eaten alive, because you're signing up to the mindset of competition, which is, it's hustle, it's dominance. It's like, who's the bigger, stronger, better surfer here? So there was a set wave that came through, and it was quite, some waves were quite punchy, some were mellower, but there was the odd bigger set coming through. And there was one of the best waves came through. And I was actually tired that day. But I went for the wave and the whole pack was at the bottom of the wave. So I'm like, I could have caught the wave easy. I should have caught the wave. Listen to me. But I didn't, because I had a second of doubt where I had this image of me paddling for the wave, making a mistake, falling, landing on one of them, and the humiliation that would feel like. So that was my shit. And that's not their responsibility. I didn't go on that wave, not because they hustled me off it. That was because I doubted myself. So that's where the power is. It's taking responsibility for my own insecurities and obviously there's difference between safety and confidence. So if my level was not suitable for that lineup, then actually that crew, I personally feel, would be completely within their integrity to tell me, you shouldn't be here, this is unsafe because your level is not suiting. That's different. Okay, this is like my level suiting, but my confidence didn't match the environment. So in that moment, I could have projected onto that crowd of lads, all lovely lads, lovely guys. I could have projected onto them that they intimidated me and that it's not fair. Why are they? But actually, I'm responsible for my own position in that environment, and that wasn't a toxic environment. But on the outset, you could say, oh, it's all lads, all competitive, blah 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 blah. But actually, they're having a lovely time, and it was so cool. It was such a nice environment. But I'm responsible for a boundary, so that's projection, where I'm projecting my own lack of confidence onto the group, and also making them responsible for me not standing in my power. So it's not necessarily that I have to match where they're at. I didn't want to hustle. Some days I do want to hustle though. But I did not want to hustle that day. I just wanted to catch waves. So it's just to have that that certainty in yourself that I don't care if I fall. So here's the magic. So if I had fallen, I was judging myself. My own ego did not want to look silly. And that is me allowing the group to control me, because they have those own perceptions of themselves that if I fall in front of my friends or if I cook it, they're all going to judge me and laugh at me. So I fell into that, but that wasn't mine. But I signed up for it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be sharing a few more videos like this because I find it fascinating.